What's going on, guys? Jason Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is the Thursday the 23rd of January. We have confirmed us to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. And finally, in the comment section below, where do you think Kylian Mbappe will be playing his football next season? Will he make the move to Real Madrid, somewhere else, or will he stay at PSG? Right, let's get started, and first up we've got a new transfer for Wolves. They've announced the signing of striker Leonardo Campagna from Ecuadorian side Barcelona SC. It's an undisclosed fee on a 3.5-year contract, though Transfermarkt have it down as a free transfer overall. Bayern have confirmed the signing of Alvaro Odriozola on loan from Real Madrid until the end of the season. He'll wear the number 2 shirt at Bayern Munich, and the German club do not have an option to buy at the end of the loan, though you would imagine if he does impress they will make an offer in the summer window, but as of right now it's only a temporary basis. Parma defender Matteo Darmian's proposed move to Inter Milan is nearing completion. The 30-year-old's agent has been pictured in Milan ahead of further talks, as secondo Tutto Mercato. And I could be wrong, but it does look like that Inter are going to be the busiest side in this transfer window. Maybe they might not get all the deals over the line, but as of right now, they have got a lot of players currently in talks with the club. And the next story comes from Bild. They're saying Borussia Dortmund want €30 million for Paco Alcacer. His relationship with club manager Lucien Favre has broken down, and the 26-year-old wants to leave BVB immediately. Dortmund have yet to receive an offer for the Spain international. The Atletico Madrid and Valencia have both registered their interest in the striker. AC Milan midfielder Franck Kessié has been offered to West Ham United yet again. The Evening Standard say that he has very much struggled since making the switch to the San Siro from Atalanta, and he was close to a Premier League switch back in the summer when he was very close to joining Wolves. And next up we have got the very highly rated Dani Olmo, and he was linked to a move to AC Milan just a couple days ago, but it seems that talks with the Serie A giants have now broken down. Milan initially wanted to sign him on a loan deal and have like an obligation for the summer window instead, but Dinamo Zagreb, they want to sell him outright in the winter transfer window. And now the Spanish playmaker is set to join Bundesliga leaders RB Leipzig for a fee of €16 million and additional fees. This story is from Sportska Novosti. I think it'd be a very good coup for Leipzig because they're so good at scouting players anyway, they know what they're doing, and they have like a conveyor belt of talent coming through. But Dani Olmo for a fee of €16 million in this current market seems like an absolute bargain, and fair play if they managed to pull it off. Monterrey closing in on a $6.5 million signing of Mateusz Kranwitter from Zenit St. Petersburg, and this story is from Univision. The Argentina international has seen his playing time reduced with a Russian club this season, and he appears to be heading for the Liga MX. RMC Sport report that Premier League side West Ham United have made a handsome offer for France international midfielder Steven Nzonzi. His representatives are currently in London for talks as they continue, and it will be an initial loan deal from Roma. This season he has spent out on loan from the Italian side to Galatasaray, but the Turkish giants are looking to terminate his current arrangement as soon as possible. Man United would try to sign Real Madrid striker Luka Jovic on a short-term loan deal. He has played just 494 minutes of club football since making the switch this summer from Frankfurt, and they may be willing to offload him because of that. Man United hope to pay around £2 to £3 million to get the deal done, but I don't believe there will be any type of option to buy. And like I mentioned a couple days ago, Luka Jovic is a type of striker that just needs first team football yet again, as at Real Madrid playing the understudy to Karim Benzema, it can't be easy for a player that was bagging goals last season in the Bundesliga and the Europa League. The next story comes from Gianluca Damasio. He has said Napoli have reached an agreement in principle to sign Inter midfielder Matteo Politano. Politano saw a move to Roma collapse last week, but is still deemed to surplus the requirements at the San Siro. As such, Napoli have made their move with an offer of €25 million, and though no personal terms have been discussed just yet, it looks like he will be leaving Inter sooner rather than later. And this comes just a couple days after Roma reopening talks with Inter about the transfer. First up, it was thought to be a swap deal with Spinazzola going to Inter from Roma and Politano going the opposite direction. But it seems now he'll be going to Napoli instead, which for FIFA Ultimate Team does provide better links. And I pretty much only say that, by the way, if you have his milestone card from the objectives. It's a really good card in game, and linking to the likes of Mertens or whatnot and Allen, I think it's a good potential swap right there. Liverpool have made a late remarkable entry into the race to sign Boubakary Soumaré from Lille. The midfielder is keen to move to the Premier League, with Manchester United, Wolves, Newcastle and Chelsea also keen. This story is from Le 10 Sport, and it's the only outlet I've seen so far mention it, but the player himself has said that he wishes to stay at Lille for the rest of the season. Christian Eriksen met with Tottenham officials on Tuesday and requested to leave the club immediately. He wants to join Inter Milan and pretty much has his heart set on it right now, and talks are still ongoing to complete the deal. Fabrizio Romano does suggest that the transfer could happen now in the next couple of days, and Inter want the transfer done for their match this weekend against Cagliari. Sky Sports are saying that Manchester United are willing to pay in excess of £30 million, that's for Birmingham's 16-year-old midfielder Jude Bellingham. I can't really say I've seen him play football this season, but it looks like he has made a lot of appearances despite his age. Of course, it is more of a long-term transfer, but you've got to think that because of United's current issues in midfield because of injuries, he may get his opportunity a lot earlier than expected. Fenerbahce forward Max Kruse has emerged as a transfer target for Leicester City, according to Haber Global. Real Betis and Bayer Leverkusen are also interested in the 31-year-old, who only moved to Turkey on a free transfer from Werder Bremen last summer. Kruse has scored 3 goals in 13 Super League appearances for Fenerbahce and is eager to remain at the club for the foreseeable future. That's despite the links away. Bayern Munich's players have told coach Hansi Flick that they would like the club to re-sign Juventus winger Douglas Costa. It's according to Sport Bild. Costa left the Allianz Arena in 2017 and so far has played a key role in Juve's dominance of Italian football. But with doubts over the fitness of Serge Gnabry and Kingsley Coman, and with Leroy Sané unlikely to join from Man City in January, the likes of Thomas Muller and Robert Lewandowski have made it clear they would like Costa to return. A very short update yet again about the Bruno Fernandes saga is from A Bola in Portugal. They said Manchester United have made a new bid for Bruno Fernandes. It's €55 million plus a further $10 million in add-ons, and that seems to be closer to Sporting's overall asking price for him, and they've got just over a week to get the deal completed. A very interesting story now from the Telegraph is that West Brom are set to make an official offer of £8 million for Dinamo Zagreb forward Mislav Orsic. The championship leaders have faltered in recent weeks, and Slavan Bilic is keen to ensure his side pick their campaign back up. And the reason I say it's an interesting one is because if you've seen Orsic's second in form right now in FIFA Ultimate Team, it's an extremely good card. And potentially there are rumours going about that he will get a headliner's card via objectives, which means that if he does transfer, that card will also change, which means a West Brom card like 86 rated I think, or 84 rated, but 95 plus pace, 90 plus shooting, it'd be crazy good to have. Bournemouth have informed the relevant parties they'd be willing to make a bid of €35 million, including bonuses, or a proposal for Lyon's forward Bertrand Traoré this month. The story comes from Foot Mercato, and Traoré is a former Premier League player, initially for Chelsea, and now again playing for Lyon in France. Bild are saying Felipe Coutinho will return to Barcelona at the end of his loan spell. He's not impressed so far or sufficiently enough for Bayern to exercise the option to buy, as it is set very high at over £80 million. And for Coutinho, it's been a really hard couple of years really. I know he's on a lot of money and stuff, but since leaving Liverpool, his career has definitely gone downhill. Not necessarily the titles he's winning, because he has still won a lot of silverware, but overall his performances, they're nowhere near what he's producing at Anfield. And you've got to think at that point that maybe next season he might get an opportunity under the new Barcelona management, because under Valverde he was utilised pretty poorly, as pretty much the whole squad was, and now playing a better style of football, it might provide a second opportunity for him at the Camp Nou. And the next story comes from Cadena SER. The SM Barca are willing to meet Lautaro Martinez's €110 million release clause, and they could make their move this month. They are looking for a striker to replace Luis Suarez, not only for the long term, but the short term for the rest of the season anyway, and the manager has said this as well. But whether they make the switch for a player that is valued over £100 million in January, we'll have to wait and see. But then again, Barca have done it before with Coutinho from Liverpool. They spent like £130 million on him. A story from Sky Germany is that Borussia Dortmund agreed to insert a release clause of €60 million in Erling Haaland's contract. They've done so to make the deal happen, though I think they're the only outlet saying it right now, but most of the time they tend to be fairly reliable. And if it is true, you've got to imagine very shortly, like in the summer window potentially already, teams will be interested in activating that. He scored an incredible hat-trick on his debut for Dortmund just a couple days ago, and his goal-scoring record this season is ridiculous. El Chiringuito are saying Tottenham want to re-sign Gareth Bale from Real Madrid, but there is kind of a catch to this because the max fee they'll pay for him is €30 million. Graham Smith, who works for the Yorkshire Evening Post, has said that Leeds United have had a third offer for Shea Adams rejected. The offer included a £20 million summer payment if promotion was secured, so it was essentially a loan with the option or obligation to buy. And they are still in the market for a striker. They may try one more time for Adams, but right now they may have to move on to other targets. A confirmed deal now is going to be Brazilian midfielder Thiago Maia. He's joined Flamengo from Lille, and it's a 18-month loan deal which contains an option to buy. Newcastle are interested in Atlanta United forward Joseph Martinez, and this story is from Lee Ryder, who I'm pretty sure is considered fairly reliable for Newcastle, and it looks like they're trying to team up Miguel Almiron with the striker he was so prolific with in the MLS. And now a story from Bleacher Report is suggesting that Chelsea are considering selling goalkeeper Kepa, and they're looking to do it in the summer transfer window, and to replace him, they're looking at Burnley's Nick Pope. Kepa is the most expensive goalkeeper of all time, and has he lived up to that price tag? Certainly not, especially this season. He's been very, very dodgy. But then again, you have to also think that it's not his fault he cost that much, because a few months before he made the switch to Chelsea initially, Real Madrid, I think they declined signing him for $20 million. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.